Welcome to Private Rose.
I was on to sing of a Scotsman braw. He's a braw, was stealing there among them all. We sworn in his kilt and his morning blue. Jumps up war when the sun just knew. Oh, hey, jockey, let your listening. Hey, jockey, through the new. Hey, jockey, let your listening. Far up war when the sun just knew. He's a big drum major in the Cameron band. He's the biggest keeling in the Cameron clan. Well, I hear you been the more 26'4". Jumps up war when the sun just knew. Oh, hey, jockey, let your listening. Hey, jockey, you through the new. Hey, jockey, let your listening. Far up war when the sun just knew. Jock was a guard at the palace gate when along came the Duke and state. The Queen, she jumped the Jock with a wee by grin. Where were you the day you married him? Oh, hey, jockey, let your listening. Hey, jockey, you through the new. Hey, jockey, let your listening. Far up war when the sun just knew. Far up war when the sun just knew. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Oh, I'll tell you, what a fright I got when I went along for my medical in the army. Oh, I've never seen anything like it in my life. They're all going about with glasses in their hands. And I thought they were having a party till I tasted one of the drinks. And you take you in there and you strip off, and you no clothes on, and you feel so stupid you know where to put your hands. And you all sat down, it was like a round of applause. And I said to the guy sitting beside me, I said, this is ridiculous, having us put in here like this. I said, he says, you think it's ridiculous? He says, I'm just a postman in here to deliver a letter. What, yeah? And then the officer came up and he said, cough. I thought he said off. So I coughed just to please him, you know. And he said, how long have you had this cough? I just had it just now. He said, well, and he gave me a bottle of castor oil, and after that I was afraid to cough. And he said to me, he said, Rose, you're not very well endowed. I says, but we're only going to fight them, aren't we? But takes a wee while, that one. But anyway, as I say, everything happens when you're in the army, and they gave us coffee in the morning, and then coffee for your lunch, coffee at dinner time, and coffee again at night, and then the next morning they expect you to be tea. But I always remember the sergeant took me outside the guard room, and he says to me, your beat is from here to that red light away over there. So I was away for 3 days. Because the red light was a tail light of a motorbike going to London. And eventually I got back, and the commanding officers were going along the ranks, and he's asking them all the names. Name, Jimmy Pot. Next, Willie Pot, and then the next one was Sandy Pot. And he came to me and he said, I suppose your name is Flower Pot. I says, no sir, Chambers. And we got home and leave for the first time, and we all got home and leave, and it was great. And then we just had to go back by a certain time in the camp, or you got on a charge, you see. And so 6 of us arrived back late, and we decided to stick to the same story, that the train was late, we couldn't get a taxi, and we got onto this back of the old horse and headed for the camp, and the horse dropped dead. So the first one told them that story, so did the second, the third and the fifth. And he came to me and he said, well, he said, I suppose you couldn't get a taxi either? I said, yes, sir, I could get a taxi, all right, but I couldn't get in about the camp for dead horses. But this pal of mine, Willie, he went home to the Highlands, to his mother's wee white cottage up in the Highlands, wee white thatched cottage actually it was, and up there they didn't have all the modern conveniences down like we have down here. They had what they called the Ujikapivi, which is French for loo, and he said to his father, he said, I've been in the army for a wee while now, Dad. He said, and I think if we did a bit of modernising around here, it would help, you know. He says, what do you mean? And he put his hand in his pocket and took out a hand grenade and he lobbed it into the Ujikapivi. Oh, he says, son, you shouldn't have done that. Your mother was in there. 5 minutes later, the boards got shown aside and the corrugated iron roof and everything. Out she came. She says, well, John, my goodness, it must have been something I ate. But, you know, when you're abroad, I mean, the first time I was abroad was in Germany, and we had to land by parachute. Imagine coming down the parachute with your kilt on. What a draft. Anyway, and I landed in a field of horse manure, or shuck. And I spoke my first 2 words in German. Achtung. And we're in this bar, and this other private went up and he said, you know, I want a packet, he's had a few by this time. I want a packet. The guy couldn't understand what I said. He wants a packet of crisps. So he got the packet of crisps and he tore the bag open. He spread it all over the counter. He looks down and he says, there's a salt, there's a salt, there's a salt. The barman said, what's wrong with him now? He says, there's no salt. He says, thank God, I thought it was one shot. And I'm walking down over in China area. We were over there as well. And I'm walking down this wee street in Peking, and this wee China lady drives at my feet because I had my kilt on and that. And she said, I said, hello, are you from Hong Kong? She says, no, Peking. But no, we go all over, and France, we're in France, and I met this beautiful blonde, and the next morning she said to me, what about the marks? I says, 10 out of 10. So, 10 out of 10, doesn't matter, right? We'll go to the next one, and but you meet you go all over the world, you know, and this a friend of mine, he was in Iraq, and he was in this bazaar, as you call them over there, and he bought this magic mirror for his granny and his grandfather, and he took this magic mirror home, and he went up to see them, and he says, I've brought you a present, Granny, I've got you a magic mirror, how about that? Oh, she says, that's wonderful, son, I always wanted one of them. And he said, well, I'll just leave it with you now. She said, yeah, it's all right, son, just on you go. And away he went, and she thought, I'm going to have a look at this magic mirror. And she got it and put it on against the wall, and she says, John, I've always wanted one of them, and I'm going to see if it works. So she stood in front of the mirror, magic mirror, and she says, mirror, mirror on the floor, make my bust a 44. Well, sure enough, 5 minutes later, they're right here like this. And like Dolly Parton, and she says, John, it works, look at that, I'm going to way down to show the WRI, and everything, all the people down there, this is marvellous, and away she went. I was so excited to show the WRI, and old John was sitting there thinking to himself, by Jobs, if it works for her, it'll work for me. And he stood in front of that mirror and he said, mirror, mirror on the floor, make my ding-a-ling touch the floor. And the mirror fell off and fell down and cut his legs off. You'll always find the tartan in the thickest of the fray, from the starting of the Empire up into the present day. At Ladysmith, India, Massigan and Ireland, our gallant Scottish soldiers fought in glorious style. In the Somme and Bassendale was stained with Scottish blood, as the ladies for hell fought hard and well to stem the enemy's flood. In St. Valery, Dunkirk, Arnhem, Alamein, these famous Scottish they were dying fame, and then reached the atom age, and the merger has begun, where all these famous regiments were gathered into one. Black Lodge, Seaforth, Royal Scots, HLI, names like these sort of bring a tear to every Scottish eye. And though their names may disappear, their crests and badges gone, and the name of their glorious deeds will live forever on. So let the caiters threat, let enemies rave, and though nobody comes to our aid, Scotland the brave will remain ever safe with the lads of the Highland Brigade. The swing o' the kilts, the gay coloured tartan, a brave band of soldiers who marched to that hell, and proud were the lads to wear their own tartan. They are fast asleep in the dark New Chapelle. The far from their highlands, their thoughts lie sleeping, the brave Scottish soldiers who fought as they fell. The women and children at home they were weeping, for husbands and fathers and ne'er see again. The swing o' the kilts, the gay coloured tartan, a brave band of soldiers who marched to that hell, and proud were the lads to wear their own tartan. They are fast asleep in the dark New Chapelle. The fighting is over, as you are returning to look for the loved ones, a story to tell of brave Scottish soldiers who fought in the battle and died for their freedom in dark New Chapelle. The swing o' the kilts, the gay coloured tartan, a brave band of soldiers who fought as they fell. The women and children at home they were weeping, for husbands and fathers and ne'er see again. The swing o' the kilts, the gay coloured tartan, the brave Highland soldiers who fought as they fell. The women and children at home they were weeping, for husbands and fathers they'll ne'er see again. I'm track will be for the dark New Chapelle. Thank you very much indeed, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, I just must admit, see the wee Irish soldier that cut all his toes off because he was going on an ATO exercise. An ATO exercise. That's all right. Anyway, back to the band here, this very talented band indeed. Let's hear it again for the Gary Blend. You hear it?